As I sat down to start brainstorming this video, giving an overview of Samsung's 2025 TV lineup, I was in front of my QN90C at home, one of their top tier TVs from 2023, which still holds up extremely well in terms of picture quality, snappiness within the operating system, and all the things I want out of my primary television at home. So, especially when it comes to Samsung, as we look at some of the upgraded features and functions, I always find myself wondering if and when it would be a good time to upgrade. If you're wondering the same, whether it's about a Samsung TV or another brand, hopefully this video gives you a little clarity as we proceed. You'll see which type of TV may benefit you most, and due to some changes in the panel used in some of Samsung's mini LED lineup, maybe you lean toward a 2024 model instead of 2025. But we'll get there. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Chris Hagan, a video producer at Digital Trends, and we're going all the way up the ladder for Samsung's 2025 TV lineup to give you a bit of a reference guide according to features and performance. Some will be the dream TVs, worthy of being your home theater centerpiece, while others are probably more suitable for playrooms, garages, or low-key areas where brightness, performance, and all the bells and whistles of the higher tier models may not be necessary. So let's start with the ladder and Samsung's most budget-friendly option, the U8000F. This model is part of Samsung's Crystal UHD line, the most affordable 4K option, and sizes available range from 43 inches priced at $280 to 85 inches, which retails for $1,200, though it looks like it's already on sale for less. It's the one you can expect to see pretty widely available at major retailers like Walmart and Target, and their only new release in the Crystal UHD line in 2025. So immediately, especially compared to a lot of the TVs we cover on this channel, you can tell that this is geared towards someone just looking for a good 4K TV, but not wanting to break the bank. As the name alludes to, it uses Samsung's Crystal processor for high-quality upscaling to 4K. The U8000F supports the Tizen operating system, as you would also expect. It's got 3 HDMI ports, including eARC and ARC support for connecting external audio devices. And while the U8000F does support HDR viewing, including HDR10+, don't expect it to perform quite like some of the TVs we'll get to shortly. Other than that, the biggest cutback would be gaming. While certainly capable, especially with its variable refresh rate and auto low latency mode, the TV maxes out at a 60 Hz refresh rate, so you won't be getting the very best out of consoles like the PS5 or Xbox Series X. Next up in the lineup is a bit of a change. In previous years, the QLED lineup began with Samsung's Q60, Q70, and Q80 series, but in 2025, we get the QEF1 offered at 43 and 50 inches, the Q7F, which comes in a variety of sizes ranging from 43 to 85 inches, and the Q8F, which goes from 32 to 85 inches. This is where we get a big boost in color thanks to the use of quantum dots and Samsung's Q4 AI processor. To be specific, Samsung says it enhances the experience with AI-optimized color-boosted picture and audio quality according to the type of content. The quantum dots also give these QLED TVs a bump up in HDR performance over the U8000F thanks to the quantum HDR implementation, but the Q8F sets itself apart even further with quantum HDR+, just further enhancing brightness and detail. Now is where we get to the really good stuff, the Neo QLED series, starting with the 4K options. We have the QN70F, QN80F, QN85F, and QN90F. The differences are pretty slim across a few of them, but the QN90F sets itself apart in some good ways and some other ways that folks just may not prefer. We start with the good. While they all come with the advanced Neo Quantum HDR for video, the QN90F features Neo Quantum HDR+ and the NQ4 AI Gen 3 processor instead of the Gen 2 processor found in the other models. So great, a better looking picture on the flagship 4K model. If you prioritize sound from your TV speakers and don't have an additional audio setup, it's worth noting that the 422 audio is unique to the QN90F as well. Where the big change comes in with that model this year is with Samsung's glare-free technology, similar to what we saw debuted in their flagship OLED model, the S95D, last year. It's continued into this year's top OLED as well, we'll get there, but also made its way to the QN90F 4K mini LED TV and both the QN990F and 900F 8K mini LED TVs. I need a quick break after saying all that, those model numbers. Okay, I'm back. So the benefits of this glare-free tech are thwarting harsh reflections in rooms where there's lots of light that could cause distracting elements on the screen. The bad is, well, not really anything bad about it unless it's just not your preference. Otherwise, in a dark room like a home theater or during nighttime watching, you're pretty hard pressed to really notice a difference or come away thinking it's truly an inferior viewing experience compared to previous year's models. If you can, see it in person before judging. Moving on, I can't think of a better way to segue us into Samsung's 8K lineup. And to keep it simple, take all the premium features we get with the QN90F, the incredible picture upscaling, the 120Hz refresh rate for smooth gaming, top tier audio, etc., and just crank it up a notch because we're now at 8K. The QN900F and QN990F are what Samsung considers the best of the best, with the latter coming with the One Connect box, where you can connect all of your external devices away from the TV itself. Samsung remains committed to 8K, and if and when the time comes that it becomes more mainstream, they'll probably have a leg up. But do you need 8K? I don't know. There's still a lack of 8K content, and upscaling 4K content to 8K offers little to no benefit. And once you look at the price, well, your first reaction may make the decision for you. Still, if 8K is what you gotta have, Samsung's the only one releasing new models right now, outlasting Sony and LG in that department. But all that said, while their 8K options look and perform extremely well, it's Samsung's QD-OLED offerings that probably draw more attention. Why? Well, because OLED. They're simply gorgeous TVs, and it's these models, particularly the S95 line, that get put up against LG and Sony's best in TV shootouts every year. As mentioned earlier, the polarizing anti-glare treatment returns with the S95F. And again, it really comes down to the use case, where the TV will be located in your home in regards to ambient light, and preference if you're looking into this TV. Great in bright rooms to eliminate harsh reflections, and especially great, obviously, as all OLED TVs would be, in darker rooms where it can go head-to-head with the best available. The quantum dot technology allows for not just brighter, but more pure color reproduction as well, and seeing is believing. The difference with the S90F comes in with the screen. It uses the more glossy, if that's the right word, panel that you'd traditionally find. It does not have the One Connect box that comes with Samsung's S95F either. Both are excellent across the board, especially for gaming with the 144Hz refresh rate and full suite of game mode features. I should note though that, like in years past, the QD-OLED panel on these models is only available on the 55, 65, and 77-inch versions. The rest are WRGB OLED panels. Still wonderful to look at, especially if you've got the cash for an 83-inch OLED TV, but not quite at the same level. Now, below the S90F, there's also the more entry-level S85F, which does have a QD-OLED panel for its 55 and 65-inch models in North America, but all other sizes will be WRGB OLED. And outside of North America, those 55 and 65-inch models will be WRGB OLED as well. Finally, should you have the want or need for an elevated or more artistic touch to your viewing area, Samsung continues to update its The Frame QLED TV, known for its matte coating that helps art displayed on the screen stand out. But now you also have the option of the Frame Pro. It takes things a step further as a Neo QLED TV, offering advanced HDR performance, picture processing, and, maybe most important, a wireless One Connect box instead of the wired version that comes with the regular model, the Frame, adding to its versatility in your home. And that's it. Of course, I say that facetiously because that's a lot. That is a lot of offerings from Samsung, but that's also why we make videos like this To help keep you up to date and hopefully help avoid confusion, we do our best. Thanks so much for watching, and if you found this video helpful, let us know with a like, comment, and subscription below. Also, if you know someone this video can help, send it their way. We appreciate it, and so will they. We'll see you in the next video.